Welcome back to Bear's Rod Shop for Monday. That's January the 18th. And we're going to do final assembly today on that little oil holder for Bell's machine, Mr. Steve. And we've enjoyed this project. We've put a little bit more detail than I thought I was going to in it, but I enjoyed it. And it's also to contribute those cyclists, bicycle cyclists that are able and love touring the United States and even offshore in other countries and can do this. And especially at an elderly age, I won't say elderly, mid 60s for riding, excuse me, 4,000, 5,000 miles on a bicycle is phenomenal. You always see me here in one of these roll around chairs because I am and continue to wait on getting knee surgery replacements, and go this Friday finally for x-rays, and then maybe into mid-April we'll get a good old left knee and then a right knee and get back on the kilter of life, maybe even have to take the wife out somewhere and do a square dance. Speaking of square, everybody knows what these old 3.5-inch floppies are. You probably got a jillion of them sitting in a closet somewhere, and in a pinch around the machine shop, welding or whatever, because they're no good. You watch the old James Bond and Man from U.N.C.L.E., they would steal government secrets and run off and plug them in a computer somewhere and steal them. But that being said, anyhow, the gist of this is they are a perfect square. I mean, there is no 1,000ths, 100,000ths, half thousandths different. And they are great because you can throw them in your pocket and carry them around out there in the welding field. And if you're picking up late in the evening and you walk off and left your expensive Stanley or whatever speed, your regular speed square out there, you haven't lost anything. That's worth about a nickel now, I guess, because of the aluminum. Now, don't use this end, but these three sides are perfectly square. The gist of this today is I've already lined up everything on the marks here. We'll put this aside. Here being the center. See if we can't get in here a little closer. Let me get the D-wad out of the way. But haven't been glued yet. But when I get ready to glue it, here is a real easy speed square. I mean, literally. And then I just bumped and moved the things, but to mark this side across all my dowels with the protrusion out right for the end, it's just really convenient. Now, every shop, especially machine shops, I'm not a machine shop, I'm not even really an amateur because I am in the learning stages of my life. But I've got this little tiny 1/16 3/8 Jacob chuck. And when I bought the South Bend, it was in the box. And I tell you what, this is one handy tool. If you watch the videos over at Joe Pye, Advanced Engineering or Advanced Machine, they're on YouTube. And he shows you why you need at least one or two of these in your box. I think they make even a smaller one in the metric. But this is a tiny 1/16 inch drill bit. And so the nails, it would still be snug. They are about 2 thousandths, maybe 3 thousandths bigger. But I wanted to make sure I did not split the wood since it was that close to the edge. And then I was also able to use the center drill. It's super tiny. Used it in the Jacobs chuck as well. It looks kind of big on camera, but that's super tiny. So that these would actually be down flush, sunk below the finish, not right sitting on the top of the wood. So anyhow, please visit, share, subscribe, come back and visit us, and we will get into part 5 after we get hopefully over to Steve's shop and hang this on the back of his lathe and put them oil bottles in there, and I hope he's appreciative. We tried to do some of this wood burning, and I am not 16 years old anymore. In those old high school days, we had a teacher that was like a bulldog. She'd stand right over your shoulder, and if you messed up, of course, it was in balsa wood. I enjoyed my school days, but I didn't know it was that rusty. And of course, we had a lot better equipment even in school. And I ended up using a soldering iron ground to a real small point, but it's still a workable soldering gun. But anyhow, uh, this old wood was pretty hard, so some of my lines are not pretty, but you still can get the gist of the United States and the tour going across. Please again share, thumbs up to everybody out there that's staying healthy and away from this COVID. Got a lot of members around our neighborhood. We're rural Texas. A few passed away with it, and we have now started to realize that it's still serious. So y'all stay healthy, safe, and warm for this winter, and let's all look for spring. Come back and visit.